Good morning, everybody, and this is your Dow Jones day trade setup for today. So, bit of chaos brewing at the moment, and I just want to get the weekly extreme low in here, which is all the way down here, and that is the line in the sand. That's 33,169 or 33,170. A couple of things to point out on the weekly. So, a lot of people are talking about potentially this double top or head and shoulders. There's a big shoulder, double head, and a shoulder. Ultimately, the neckline is here at 33,169. Trend is still up on the weekly, regardless of what we think. Trend is up, and you can't help but to wonder where the value buyers are going to come in. There are areas lower down on the weekly which would offer a lot of value, and so I just want to delete all these arrows. Okay, so there is weekly support further down, which is 31,170 and 29,657 or 30,000. So that's kind of the area that we, logically you would look at on the weekly. However, I'm a little bit more cautious than that, and I just want to just hang around here at the weekly for a bit, because if we drop below this area here at 33,170, you are definitely looking at this tail, which does make sense because we've got a weekly gap just below it. So that would be the target bounce, and then another move to close the gap. And then you've still got gaps below. You've got a big one right down here. You've got lots on the way up. Not last year before, 2020. And obviously the Fibonacci of this move as well, of last year's bar, is also interesting. Anyway, the weekly outlook is really starting to look interesting. And when I say interesting, a reset for buyers to step in. But we've got to wait for the politicians at the moment. So politicians need to sort their egos out. Once that's done, we should see some stability come back into it. But until then, you need to hold on to your hats, because I think it's going to get rather noisy. Okay, so ultimately for me, I'm looking for this area here, which was kind of the original low point of yesterday, but that's kind of what I'm looking for there. That's 33,934, possibly even 3,400. So that is the area I'm looking to be short of. The other thing is, yesterday was a public holiday, so this gap here, that was the Friday close, so that gap below it, then up a sec. But for all intents and purposes, the market is going to, at this stage, gap down 500 points. So that's the not the futures market, but the normal market. So at the moment, I don't want to be short here. Definitely not interested in being short here. I'm looking for structure. We've got a daily gap, we've got a weekly gap as well. So we've got a daily futures gap, and then we've got a weekly normal market gap. I want to be up in this area before looking to short this again. So I think yesterday there was actually a great opportunity, and just highlight it for you. There it is there. So if I draw my structure to the left, so remember, I'm always looking for the inside tail. So I'm not looking for this tail, I'm not looking for these tails here. None of these fractals interest me at all. I'm looking for the first available inside tail, which is fractals where prices come past. So that's what I'm looking for. And I'm looking for, if there's more than one in an area, that is a pretty solid level for me. So on the 15-minute, you can see there's a level. You can see when we did the video, we were looking at this. Could have turned here, but there was nothing. But not nothing. There was. Let's just use one of these. There was some structure here. You can see there quite a few. But you've all got the 155 above you as well. And then it just accelerated a bit, and that's the level we're looking for. That's why I always say, get yourself 3 levels in. So always draw yourself 3 levels in. So those are the 3, and you're looking for a break of the structure. So you can see there's the first attempt, bit of a weak thing. There's a pin bar. You could have taken that with a stop there. That would have stopped you out. Would have come back and stopped you out. But then you see how we moved to the upside here and gradually rejected it, and then just kept moving, exhaustion bar below it, and didn't stop. Anyway, fairly decent trade there. I think this area is going to interest me, 33,800, so pull back onto that. We'll be looking for shorts. And then also something like that would interest me. That's 33,888. And then lastly, something like that at 33,943. So those are the areas that would interest me at the moment. Definitely not interested in jumping in short here. That's just a recipe for disaster. So you need to wait for the pullback onto structure and then for a move. Watch out for these oscillators. All the oscillators on the higher time frames from the hour up are all in oversold territory. So the smart money is going to be looking for opportunity very soon. And I was looking at some stocks yesterday, and there are a lot of stocks that are offering good value right now as well. So don't see this as doom and gloom. It's just generally a reset, and what you're looking for is opportunity to catch the next wave. So just be patient with it though. Don't try and rush it at the moment. But for me, that's kind of my trading view today. Wait for the pullback and then short again. Keep riding this thing short until probably 33,170. But make sure your stop losses are in and they're really tight, because it just takes one little sneeze from Russia and it could move into any direction at the moment. Okay. Anyway, that's kind of my view this morning. Really starting to look interesting, and we'll have to see what transpires today. But I think the DAX is offering a really good setup at the moment, so pay attention to that one. I think we need to wait for the US Open before seeing what's going to happen here. Anyway, hope it helps, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow morning. Cheers for now.